This is Tom Duty, middle-aged American living in New Jersey near the Lincoln Tunnel. If you were to visit my website, you type Howdy Doody and you find the correct spelling. You then combine Tom Duty in a Google search from my site. Testing to see if I can do this without disturbing my wife. A couple of feet. Anthony Bourdain in Cuba. Okay, she didn't leave the room, but she did go get earbuds. Tonight I did one delivery, and I'll get to that in a minute, but first this tweet, a trailing tweet from last night. This is Tom Duty. We're reaching out to you to let you know that the fare for one of your trips has been adjusted. The adjustment is from 0 to 213. The app lost. I don't think it would to make it happen. I don't think it's anything I could have done to prevent it. My delivery was just gone. Fortunately, the restaurant knew where the customer was. So I knew that. I suspected they wouldn't. I went back inside, went to my end, and the manager, with a combination of two competent employees, gave me the answer and the customer's phone number, and I went and did it the old-fashioned way. I had no way of telling the app. So I just, when I did get signal back and the app seemed to be functioning, I just clicked online, continued. So I wasn't credited for that delivery because the app didn't know I finished. And with a call to port, they made that a This is my referral code, my invite code. So with this series, I am soliciting people to register with Uber and put my code as the one who referred you. If you get at least deliveries that she get $100. Tonight, so this is the second time. Last night, tonight again. Same thing. I went back into the restaurant. This time the manager looked at me and said, no. I mean, it wasn't anything that any resourceful people could have done to find out where the food went, which is what I had expected the night before. So, and I immediately start troubleshooting, what could I be doing that's preventing this from working? I don't know where the food goes. I've got hot Popeye's chicken in my insulated pack, and I don't know where it goes. Can't call the person. Can't operate the app even to make a support call. So I'm at 54 at Bergen Line. So the only thing I could imagine is, okay, do things like restart my phone. I could eventually reinstall the app. Because I didn't have Wi-Fi, so I went looking for Wi-Fi. I got on my bike, rode slowly, watching the Wi-Fi signal. I wasn't getting any. Crossed the road to a cafe that I know that has good signal. That wasn't helping. I crossed back and went to a Dunkin' Donuts that I know has an outside. And whether it was that or just the fact that the servers came back caught up or whatever, suddenly Cindy O appears, and off I went. This is another one of the error updating recent trip information. This is another message I got in the app that basically says right. So that ended up being about 15 minutes of drama and the food, and that's what I got, $2.70. Because I went offline immediately, because I was having dinner myself at home with my wife, that means I was not online for an hour. So this is the promotion that was running, not online for an hour. So I wasn't eligible for the promotion, so I should only earn $2.70 and not $25. Listeners, please make note of this. If you're listening to this and you're actually, it's not just you're actually doing Uber delivery, and not Uber driving, but Uber delivery. I mean, delivery, Uber delivery instead of Uber rides, I think they call it. So you're moving food, not people. If that's the case, I think this changed. There's one trip minimum. This had a second requirement that you had to accept something like 80%, which means you really have to accept 100%, because if you only have two and you accept one, you're already. There was a second requirement earlier. I could go back in my tweets and verify that, but I'm doing this from memory. I'm absolutely sure it was there, and it's not. So I could have 30 minutes and declined the jobs, and I could have gotten paid $25 for that hour. I don't think that's there's words in the app and in the documents that they don't want you to be rejecting jobs, but the way this is written, it's a possibility. So I was not bold enough to do it. I was not bold enough to stay online knowing I was not going to accept what I got. So I went offline. And finally, earning $3 or $25, and I explained what heck. So it's archive ready, and then this final is, that's my invite code. This is the YouTube that I'm doing right, and this is the invite code. I don't know why I'm not getting. There it is. So anyways, Twitter's not doing what I thought it would do. Oh, so this is the blog post that gives a quick text reference to what I made. Now, listeners, I am putting the information, I'm making it available. So if you care, you can look at this next week, like paid, and you can understand what I did and whether or not I get paid. I mean, I could get paid 25, even though I wasn't online for an hour. I did get one job and I did accept 100%, but I can't imagine that they're going to pay me 25 when I was only online for like maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes. So it'll be interesting to see in a week. I'm pretty sure I don't care enough to go back to it. But listeners, if you do, and you have reason to care, if you're doing delivery, I'm making the information available. This is Page American, living in New Jersey near the Lincoln Tunnel. If you were to visit my website, you would type Howdy Doody into Google. You'll find the correct spelling of the famous puppet. You then combine Tom Doody in a Google search from my site. Thank you for listening. Have a good day, good evening, a restful night's sleep. Ciao.